Say hello to Chris Bosh, everybody. It's funny. It's funny. You look back at all that footage when you were so young, and that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But so much has changed, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a bunch has changed, man. I got a little bit of facial hair now. My hair's a little longer, and I mean, it's just a whole different look.
It's amazing how a couple of years in the NBA, what that'll do for you and the way you perceive the game, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coming into it, it was really different. I was just trying to learn, and now people look to me for advice. So. It's changed really fast, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
But is it an awkward position? Do you ever look at guys coming to you for advice and go, I don't know, I've only been doing this for a few years too?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
So yeah, sometimes. I mean, it's really hard because I go through my little ordeals during the season. I'll have slumps and I don't know who to talk to. And most of the times I've developed a sense of pride where now it's just, well, I'll figure it out. I'll think of something and I'll get through it. And it works. And it works. Yeah.
But in those moments when you first enter a slump, do you have the kind of experience now where you can recognize it? When you can look and go, okay, wait a minute, something's not here.
Oh yeah. I've done some experiments, and
for example.
Well, for example, I remember in the locker room one time I think sometimes you can kind of feel when a team is ready to play or not, and I didn't feel that we were ready. And I should have said something, but I said, okay, I'm gonna see how it goes, and we lost. So the next game when I had the same feeling, which was last night, I decided to say something, and it worked.
And are you the kind of leader that calls people out? Because basketball, in my years when I used to cover sports, certain sports, athletes were more honest with each other, and basketball players called each other out.
Yeah.
In a way that I hadn't seen in other sports.
Well, I think it differs from individuals. Everybody can't handle that. See, me, you can curse me out, tell me whatever, Chris, you're messing up right now. And I'd be like, okay. You tell some people that you won't see them again for another month. You know what I'm saying? So it differs from person to person.
The one thing, leading up to your All-Star, when you were named here, you essentially took the spot of Kevin Garnett, which is a kid you grew up idolizing. Yeah. What's that like?
That was interesting. That was very interesting because he's so competitive, and to be honest with you, I've never talked to him off the court a lot, and when I first saw him, I was just like, wow, this is Kevin Garnett. And he wasn't seeing it like that. He was seeing me as this young kid who looks up to me and is trying to knock him off the map. So there was naturally some competition, and I did well when we played him. So that kind of, that kind of shook him up a little bit, but it was pretty cool. I was just happy to start. It didn't matter who it was. I was replacing.
The last couple of years in Toronto, what a change it's been here.
Yeah.
I mean, from when you first started in this team.
Yeah.
When you look around and with the fans and the reaction that the Raptors are getting and what you get on the street, have you noticed it?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've noticed it a lot, especially with me. I knew it was there, especially with the team, but I didn't think that I would have the success that I've had so far. And I didn't think I would be so accepted into the city because I don't think if you would have asked, well, we're drafting Chris Bosh, we're saying we're drafting Chris Bosh right now, 5 years ago, they'd been like, so what, okay. We've got Vince Carter, it doesn't matter, so it's really been great, and just to see the change has been great.
Well, you know what, you mentioned Vince. When Vince left, and there's this sort of natural hate on for Vince Carter from the fans, which I think is healthy in sports to have an enemy. Is it good for a franchise to have that kind of? Because when he left, people didn't like him, and now the face of this team has changed so much. It seems like there's a more positive acceptance of the team.
Well, yeah, I think so. Especially when we play them because they want us to beat them so bad. So we get extra love when we play the Nets. But I think it is true. You do have to have a rival in sports to make it healthy because sports fan, you have to hate somebody. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I hate the Redskins.
I'm a Redskins fan. Oh,
Really?
Get out of here. This is over. You're a Cowboy fan?
I'm from Dallas.
I know. You're from outside of Dallas. You could have picked someplace else.
I can walk to Dallas, but the city line is like, 2 blocks from where I live.
Okay, and where are you from? Is it about 3,000 people in that area?
I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, it's only that small.
Yeah, it was pretty small. I went to high school in Dallas, though. but I guess it's like Mississauga, like a fraction of Mississauga.
A suburb.
Yeah.
And imagine, I mean, how far could that be from Toronto? And now you're the guy in Toronto, and you have a nickname,
that's very
CB4.
far. Yeah, and people like me. It's pretty cool.
And I mean, when you signed that contract, you had the foundation, you donated the money. Talk about the relationship you have with the community and how, if that's important for you to do that.
Well, I think it's very important because as a professional athlete, there are going to be a lot of eyes on you, and I think it's very important to use your money wisely. And I am a product of the community. I went to free camps, I went to different tutorials, mentoring sessions, I mean, you name it, I went to it. And I looked around the city and there wasn't many places that offered that for kids. And, you know, you'd be surprised, some of these kids don't have anything to do from the time school is over around 3 o'clock to the time their parents get home, which is like 6 or 7. So you can get a lot done in those 3 hours. You can get into a lot of trouble. And yeah, you know, we just wanted to provide some kind of things for the kids to do something.
Assess the team now, the one that you have. Because last year it was, you know, for a long time it was leading what was called the Titanic division. The team is the division's way different now. Yeah. I mean, the Celtics are who they are. I mean, what's it like playing in this division now?
It's very competitive, especially with the Celtics there. I think they really kind of made a spark for the whole division and the conference as well. The conference is still struggling, especially because, you know, the West, they're getting everybody.
Yeah. But it's nice to have Shaquille out of the East, right?
Well, yeah. I didn't have to guard him. So,
that's right, what do you care?
You know, but yeah, I mean, the West, every team was trying to get stronger out there right now. But I think the East is younger, so in about 4 or 5 years, I think it'll all change. Do you love the fact that you're a leader on a team for Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment and you don't have to wear blue and white and put up with the drama that they're putting up with now? Yeah. No, I mean, you know, that's the tough thing about the Leafs. I know that they have a lot of prestige and, you know, they have countless number of Stanley Cups and they want to get back there and they've tasted success and it's been so long since they've had it, so they're looking for it again. Yeah. Your website, man, has all kinds of stuff on it. You've got your own chris-bosh.com. Yeah. You've got comedy bits, you dressing up like a car salesman. Yeah. Where does that come from? What happened? Man. You seem like you sort of come into your own now as this performer. Yeah. Well, what happened was, I mean, to be honest, I wanted to get more votes for the All-Star game. Yeah. That's how it started. Yeah. That's when my mind got to working, so. Initially, I wanted to do something like I was running for president. But we don't have one of those here, so. Right, yeah. And I don't think that would have been funny. I don't think it would have been funny, you know, and plus I don't think the president would appreciate a professional athlete mocking him, but I kind of start thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and back in Texas, I wish everybody could see it, they always have these commercials, like during the afternoons, early afternoons, late mornings, lawyers, used car salesmen. They say their phone number like 10 times in 20 seconds, and it's just fast and hard hitting. So I was like, man, I could do something like that. I'm gonna be a cowboy. But you even had that accent. You went straight Texas. I'm from Texas, man. You got it nailed. Yeah, I hear it all the time. And if you go to his website, chris-bosh.com, you'll see an interview that he did with Will Ferrell as well, which must have been quite a trip. Yeah, that was quick. We did that yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Your webmaster's pretty good. Yeah, it's man. Good to see you, man. Chris Bosh, everybody. Good luck the rest of the season. You have to go to the website and check it out. And, of course, make sure you watch Chris and the Raptors right here on CBC. Sunday, March tonight, they're playing the Seattle Sonics. Right, the run to the playoffs is on when the hour returns. It's the NHL's next sharpshooter. Plus, we'll get into this.